My name is Avtar Singh and today I think is October 26, 2015. I was living in San Jose, California. At that time I was an engineer working in a high-tech company. Well, I think I learned from television. There was a program, 60-minute program, they rebroadcast that program, and that was not, they were not giving the current situation, but they were kind of looking at what led to what has happened, and I think I learned about that right away. But there was no real news. Real status was not coming out. It was all blacked out. Well, I learned about that the attack has happened almost right away. But the extent of damage, I think I learned maybe after 3, 4, 5 days. I don't remember exactly, but when some pictures, some news. 1972, long time back. Just before coming to United States, I was in Delhi, but before that I was in Chandigarh. Okay. Oh my God, I tell you, that was the worst feeling I could ever imagine. I think I did spend many sleepless nights thinking why it had to happen, why your own government attacks you, so all kinds of emotional feelings, and it was really, and I didn't know what will actually it end up with. So yes, I was really, I really got affected, even though I was not there, I was only hearing news, but it did impact me in a big way. I think that was the time when I felt the whole Sikh community was united. And they were all hurt. They were all talking in gurdwaras or in meetings, or wherever they were talking about that. They were all hurt, and but one thing was that I felt that they were really united at that time. I had never seen them, and I didn't see them afterwards also. So it was that kind of environment in the United States. We had demonstrations in San Francisco. We went there, wherever we could, we did participate in demonstrations. Well, there were all kinds of, I think a lot of people were hurt to the extent that they really did not feel that they really belonged to India. They were completely upset, and I remember one San Francisco procession, we went around, and but when it came down to, we came to the point where Indian consulate is there, the people were very excited, very emotional. It was really bad. Well, maybe a little bit, but not, because nothing really was being done back home in India. The things, the government was all out to suppress them, Sikhs in whichever way they could do. And what happened afterwards, there's a lot of suppression by the government. Well, that also I learned from television. And the news came, there were fires and smoke coming out. But again, this time it was better covered. Why? Probably because it had happened and there was something, people were coming to Indira Gandhi's funeral, and bird leaders were coming, so they could not completely black out, and we saw a lot, and that was really extremely bad things were happening. People were being killed, burnt alive in the trains, in their own houses, and on vehicles like motorcycles, all kinds of stuff was going on. So that really kind of strengthened that India, majority of Indian people don't consider Sikhs as Indians, and so it was painful. So there were protests, and people were. This kind of became kind of a permanent situation that first they attacked the Golden Temple, Darwaza, and now they attacked people, common people, killed them, and the government was not doing anything. And the news was coming, the government is trying to suppress and trying to take political advantage out of the situation. And we know that what happened after the election happened, and the Congress had absolute majority because of that. I felt that the whole Indian system now, really, majority of Indians don't consider Sikhs as Indians. After this 84, after these two happenings, I have been to India, and I know that first time I went after this to India at the airport, I was singled out along with my mother-in-law because her last name was Kaur and my last name was Singh, and that was the criteria, point blank. Kaurs and Singhs on one side, everybody else on the other side, and then they will check us, ask a lot of questions and that kind of stuff. It could be 85, and then there was another situation that I went to India. I think it was the same instance, and then I had to go to Punjab, and you had to get a special visa to go to Punjab. So I went to an office in Delhi. I filled up a huge form with 4 or 5 pages, and then went to see the officer who was handling. And he said, okay, you want to go to Punjab, come back after 2 days, okay. And the moment I walked out of my office, he took that paper and threw it in the garbage. So that was the treatment. I was surprised, I couldn't say anything, then I think I went again after about a year with the whole of my family. When we were coming back, me and my son, 12 years old son, because he was having patka, and we were taken out into an office and asked to fill up some forms, and I felt really bad, and I did that. I had to do it. So then there was a question that what kind of profession, what do you do? And I filled that, and the officer asked, what do you do for work? I told him, can't you read it? So he got the message, he let us go. After that, every time I went to India for almost about 15-20 years, I'm always stuck at the immigration. They question me for about half an hour at least. I typically tell the people who are behind me in the queue, don't stand in this queue because they are going to take time on me. So that's the experience I had. So it kind of strengthened my feelings. India does not consider that Sikhs are Indians. Well, I did not feel that. I got feeling that yes, this is how they are treating me. No, I didn't feel like that. I have the same feeling towards them, but I could not break my links with Punjab. I have been brought up there. I have been there, so I still have been going almost every year. So from that sense, I'm still Indian, but I consider myself Indian, but very strong feeling about the government, about the system, about majority of the people who were treating me. It's a country where we can express ourselves, and we can hope that somebody will listen. For example, the things I'm hearing from leaders in Punjab these days, don't talk about 84. You will create some kind of problem. I don't believe in that. I believe that it needs to be told. By just keeping quiet and not analyzing it, that what really happened, what led to this kind of situation, I don't think we can solve anything. And so I feel that those leaders are wrong. And when they tell us, don't talk about 84. First of all, I think the kind of work you are doing is really important. That's good work. That history should be preserved in the real sense, and the people who have actually experienced, they can tell you. They are not going to sugarcoat it or tell what they like to tell, but they will tell you how it happened. So that's. History needs to be preserved, and our kids needs to be reminded that this actually happened. It's not from some 100 years, 200 years story. It happened only 30 years ago, and we also need to understand nothing really has happened to the people who killed a lot of people in Delhi. Nothing really has happened to the people who point blank killed. And there are witnesses and all that. They're still enjoying their life and everything is fine for them. So unless this history is brought out and the next generation keeps it, hopefully there will be a time when somebody will realize that the truth should come out, and whosoever is left, who did all these crimes, they are punished.